G'day, Wombat here, and in today's quick review we're going to take a look at the Fat Lady 2 BM from Cole Clark Guitars. So, Cole Clark Guitars are a brand of guitars made right here in Melbourne, Australia. And we don't have a lot of big name manufacturers in Australia producing quality instruments. So this I thought was a very good idea to get one on and have a bit of a look. They have been making a bit of noise just lately in the market with their higher end guitars. So let's have a look at what it's all about. This is the Fat Lady 2 BM. Now the BM stands for Bunya and Maple, which is what the guitar is made out of. At this price point, you would expect it to be solid wood, not a laminated kind of material, which it is. So the top here is Bunya. And as you can see, I don't know if that's going to pick it up on camera, but there's some lovely little knot work going on in the timber itself, which I think gives it real character. It is a very nice piece of timber. And I think the little knots in it really add to some class and some character. So I'm kind of glad they left those in. The back and sides are Queensland maple. So they're made in Victoria, but the Queensland maple they're using on this model for the back and sides is really, really nice. It's got some real depth to the grain in it, a few more little knots on the back. Looks $1,000,000, I think. Lovely timber, by the way, too. But it's really a light coloured guitar all round, as opposed to a lot of acoustics which run the dark rosewoods and things like that. This keeps it nice and light. The neck also is Queensland maple, topped off up here with some Grover tuners, as you would expect for the kind of price point that this guitar's in. Let's have a look at the front. The neck fretboard, is Indian rosewood, which is really, really nice. And it's finished off with some lovely snowflake inlays. I'm not sure how the camera's picking those up because they're kind of small, but they're really, really nice. The headstock is the traditional Cole Clark style of headstock, which is just something a little bit different with a raised section in the middle, but it looks great. The binding on this particular guitar, and the rosette for that matter, is all inlaid timber. So it really adds to the entire look of the guitar. It's a dark timber. They haven't stated on their website what it is. I would assume looking at it, it's a rosewood, but it really sets the guitar off with the back and sides also being of a light colour. But it is inlaid timber. So it looks really, really good and very simple as well. The saddles and the nut are tusk as well, so really helps with the tuning stability there and intonation, of course. It is a really, really nicely constructed guitar. Really, really well done. So hats off to Cole Clark for a great job. It does have some electronics in it. Cole Clark proprietary electronics, no tuner in this particular model, but they do have this interesting thing going on where not only do they have the piezo piece underneath the saddle, but they also have an internal microphone as well, trying to do something a little bit different and capture, a more well-rounded tone of what the guitar actually sounds like. So I thought that was kind of interesting as well. So that's about it for the specs of the guitar. As I said, it is a really, really nice guitar. And being the maple and the Bunya, it's quite light, but really, really nice. So let's have a bit of a talk about how it sounded. The first thing I noticed when I picked it up and started playing it was how much the body resonates against your body. This is something that for any guitar, electrics included, you really look for. Guitars that resonate a lot are usually really good sounding. They have a really nice tone to them. So that's something that you do look for when you are picking up a guitar for the first time, is just how much it does resonate. And you can feel that in your body. This resonated quite a lot, and it was really pleasant. The sound, though, for a Dreadnought style guitar was a little different from what I was expecting. Normally with a Dreadnought style of guitar, you get a really well-rounded, balanced sort of a tone out of it. But this one was a bit different. The bass end on this guitar was really tight and very focused, and not overbearing. In the cheaper models of some acoustic guitars, the bass can be a little overbearing. This didn't do that. It was really solid and focused. The mid-range was quite prominent, however, which I don't mind. I quite like a prominent mid-range as opposed to a prominent treble. Guitars that are a bit over the top trebly, just I struggle to cope with that because it kind of pierces the ear. The mid-range doesn't do that. It is prominent, but it sits there really, really nicely. So a little bit different of a sound for a Dreadnought style of guitar, but really, really pleasant. So there you are. That is the Fat Lady 2 by Cole Clark Guitars, and it is lovely. All right, there we have it. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell down there, which will keep you updated with when I release a new video. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Variety Music, who actually supplied the guitar for us to have a look at today. They're doing really, really good things for me, and they're doing really, really good things for the guitar industry as well, because this guy, I don't think I mentioned it, the recommended retail price on this guy is $2,600, around that sort of price point. So it is not a cheap acoustic. However, Variety are doing them at the moment for about $1,900. So that's a saving of about $700 on a guitar of this quality. So that is a really, really big saving. I will put a link to this guitar in the comments down below so you can go and have a look for yourself. But yeah, that's a hell of a deal on a guitar of this sort of a quality. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, rock on, guys.